What is the deal with sleep token telomeres? We're going to find out today. Today's video is brought to you by Kaler Tremolos and this glorious trem system that we have on this G&L Custom Shop guitar. More on that in a bit.
You guide me to safety and silence. As you breathe me out, I drink you in. And we go beyond the farthest street.
So far, we're in the key of B, B major 7. Melodies on the major 7. And then G sharp minor 7, 6th chord. And then back to the B. And then a little. Why does it make my body do that? D sharp minor 7 to E major 7. Maybe because it's syncopation. Syncopation makes my body move. And now we've hit maybe some kind of a pre-chorus?
And we go beyond the farthest reaches where the light
2-chord.
erupts beneath us.
Oh, what's this? C sharp minor 7. G sharp minor. F sharp major. So like a 2, 6, 5.
And we go beyond the farthest reaches where the light bends, erupts beneath us.
And then there's a little twist. Something else.
Beneath us, and I know as you collapse into me, this is
I like this because even though it holds together as one solid idea, it's not just a loop of chords. We're going on a little bit of a journey. I find one of the absolute best and most exciting ways to sort of differentiate the different sections of your song. A lot of metal bands especially just do not do this. It's to start on a different chord than the last one did. You know, kind of like the basicest of all basic moves is to just always start on the, on the root minor chord every time. And what winds up happening is that your whole song winds up feeling like one continuous section, but starting the chord progression on a different chord like really makes the audience go like, oh, we're onto something new.
and we go beyond the farthest reaches where the light bends, erupts beneath us, and I know as you collapse into me, this is the start of something.
There's the drop. Initially, I thought this was the same thing as the beginning chord progression, but it is slightly different. And then it's just Deftones? Deftones. Deftones. I sing so slow. Guitar tune so low. This is the most Deftonesy I have heard them so far. You don't often hear heavy major tonality music, period, unless it's power metal. It's a very strong choice. I think a major 7 chord is like one of the most beautiful sounds ever. And I use it often, but sometimes it doesn't really work in a heavy context. Here it works perfectly. And of course, it does have a little bit of a floating feeling to it in the right context. And so it's working really well for Sleep Token, who love to float. Let me pull up the lyrics. You guide me into safety and silence. Oh! As you breathe me out, I drink you in. Oh! And we go beyond the farthest reaches, where the light bends and wraps beneath us. That reminds me of a Postal Service lyric, where the light bends at the cracks and wraps beneath us. And I know as you collapse into me, this is the start of something. Could just be about sex, to be honest. Sounds like a nice time to me. I don't know what he's talking about specifically. Two putting in work. So listen to how the groove changes here to make the part grow a bit. Got this ultra tasty little hi-hat thing going throughout most of this verse, and then he switches over to the ride. Triplets. Switches over to the ride right there, and we got a little... some really nice little thing in the background that I can't identify. Maybe a synth? Could be a guitar with a bunch of effects on it. I didn't find there to be a ton of growth in the first verse. We just sort of marinated in this sound, and then nothing really changed dynamically until we hit the pre-chorus or whatever, the pre-riff, I guess. I am gonna go out on a limb here, just based on my experience with listening to 4, I guess, total Sleep Token songs thus far, and guess that riff is going to be what goes underneath the chorus. That's the prediction I'm making right now. We'll probably find out, but I'm going to call that section the pre-chorus until I'm proven wrong. But now here in the second verse, we have growth. I love that. I do this without even really thinking in pretty much every song that I write. I want the part to constantly grow and feel like we're going to somewhere. Rivers and oceans. There's a lot of like water theme in Sleep Token songs. A bunch of water references in one of the other Sleep Token songs that I did. I don't remember which one. Tides. So we're 2 minutes and 40 seconds in. We have yet to hear a chorus. They are really making us wait for it. This is a slow burn. Jesus, I hope they're not going to fucking goon us. I'll be so mad. No gooning allowed. No gooning to Sleep Token. No sleeping to Goon Token. I was right. Okay. I was right about one thing and wrong about another. Kinda? So the riff was, in fact, the chorus part, but they didn't go to the pre-chorus before the chorus. Interesting. I guess I think it's a little weird because it set up the riff so well before, but... Wait a second. The pre-chorus just became a post-chorus. That's a tricksy move. Verse, pre-chorus, chorus. So far, we've got actually kind of a symmetrical, mirrored song structure. I wonder if they could pull this off. That would be really interesting. So far, we've got verse, pre-chorus, chorus riff, instrumental, verse, chorus, pre-chorus, which is now the post-chorus, but it's the same part. Shut up. You know what I mean. So in order for it to be perfectly symmetrical, we would need to, after this post-chorus, pre-chorus, have a verse. Oh, a solo. Woo. Is it in fact over the verse chord progression, though, is the question. Because if that is the case, then they're keeping it symmetrical. Okay, do you remember what the chord progression was? Up until this moment here, we have a symmetrical structure, which is not like completely unheard of, but it is a little unusual. But now we've sort of run out of runway. If it was going to be fully symmetrical, it would have to end here. So now we got something different, though. All right, let's take a look at the lyrics to the chorus. Let the tides carry you back to me, the past, the future. Through death, my arms are open. We go beyond the farthest reaches. I'm going to have to take a second and learn this guitar solo real quick. Guitar solo starts on the same note as the vocal melody. So this guitar has a ridiculous amount of tonal options. I guess this is probably a good opportunity for me to stop and talk about the sponsor, which is Kaler Trem, who commissioned this guitar to be built from the G&L Custom Shop, which is now gone. This is one of the very last guitars to ever come out of the G&L factory. Got a bunch of little switchy poos here, so I can actually find a tone that's like a bit closer to what we're hearing. So this wildly cool guitar was made by the G&L Custom Shop, like I said, as kind of a vehicle for nice, expressive playing with this incredibly smooth Kaler tremolo. I love to play really expressive guitar. I think the guitar is one of the most expressive instruments that exists. I love Steve Vai's playing and like, you know, a lot of like... This thing feels like $1 million, $1 million worth of butter. And another super cool thing about it is that it doesn't go sharp when you chug. So huge thanks to Kaler for setting me up with this. And if you want to get one for yourself, you can get one at a discount using my very special link that you will find in the description. It's a tasty motherfucker of a solo. I don't know that I quite 100% nailed it, but Nice. Not ultra technical or anything, just super feelsy, a lot of cool double stops. Real kind of down-home, soulful, and it leads us really nicely into this last section of the song. I actually kind of wish the solo had continued into this section. Feels like, am I crazy? It's pretty rare that I'm like, damn, that guitar solo wasn't long enough. Back on the boat with the dinosaurs. Floating our way to Goon Island again. One chorus. A one chorus song, one and done. I guess I feel like this last section, I personally would have loved to hear another chorus. They didn't want us to have that. They didn't want us to have the satisfaction of arriving, if you know what I mean. Gorgeous floating, as always. Feel like I'm in a float tank. I personally would have rather enjoyed the satisfaction of an ending. Some kind of completion. This left me feeling unfulfilled. Some people like that. Some people like having their dick slammed in a drawer. What are you gonna do? Nothing is gonna be everybody's cup of tea. For the most part, I enjoyed this. I like this one. It's has not cracked my top favorites from this band. An enjoyable listen overall. So all these terms like verse, chorus, bridge, pre-chorus, all this kind of stuff, they're all artificial constructs. It's not like there's a rule book. These are just terms of convenience that we use to describe sections of a song, just so that we have something. I enjoy all kinds of stuff that does not conform to a very strict structure, but I guess I feel like when you have something that does, but then they just sort of omit what I would consider the most important thing, then to me, it feels like a tease. We know that they could give us that because it exists. The rest of the song structure has the elements of your basic pop song structure of a verse, a pre-chorus, a chorus. But then they're like, no, fuck you, the chorus is never coming again. I wanted to hear it again. To me, that final chorus in any given song is really what just sort of cements the track in its finality for me. It feels complete. They don't want you to feel complete. Leave a comment and let me know which Sleep Token song you think I should goon to next. Stay squishy, and I'll see you real soon.